been drafted in, and we will have to see how this side deal with the East Africans. Big, physical, rangy players. Again, interesting huddle as well in the centre there, and a prayer.
Yeah, because one of the things with the AP Dragons, yes, they kind of thought they kind of looked ready for size and dominant, but they kind of missed the 1 or 2 playmakers that the other teams have. If you looked at the Pyrenees, then they had the number 9 kind of always sniping around the breakdown, looking to offload, put the players in a bit of space, put them on the second foot. Just felt the AP Dragons just didn't quite have that yesterday.
I would probably agree with you. I mean, we've got the an influential player. There's going to be Katoni Otukolo, wearing the number 9 shirt. Big figure also looking across there, Christian Loamanu, big powerful figure. There is some power in this Asia Pacific side.
However, they all look big and powerful to me. I don't know whether I'm getting a bit older and these guys are just getting bigger and younger, but certainly the size on some of these players we've seen in this tournament is phenomenal.
The referee in this match, Stefan Thompson from South Africa, and he will have an interesting game on his hands here. Through the hands, and it's a burst up the centre there. Quick one by Makoto Tosa. Takes a few yards. There's a African just gone over the top of the ruck there, and it's going to have to be picked up by Luamanu. Referee offside call, and scrum half Jumpe Ogura, and it's a nice little kick there. Looked as if it might drift out of into touch and over the dead ball line, but it's a good kick.
I'd say that's an absolutely phenomenal kick. It immediately puts the pressure back on East Africa's side. They've got a line out of amazing attacking platform just outside the 5-yard line there. It'll be interesting what the AP Dragons do from this.
Hatakeyama gets a good line out. It's a big powerful drive by Loamanu, big figure. They're going to try and roll it on. The Africans have piled in there. Finau looks as if he's holding it up. And I think it's going to be a choke tackle here. We're not going to see anything coming out of this.
I think the referee will give that now to these Africans who held the player up.
And that
wasn't going anywhere there.
Indeed, it's a good smothering defence on the rolling maul there, and I think the Asia Pacific Dragons will be disappointed with that. But again, it was a good line out. Hakatayama and finding Loamanu. I think we'll see that repeated several times over this tournament, so over this match. But it is going to be an interesting first scrum here. Is there going to be enough power in the Asia Pacific? No, it looks as if it's stable. They're going to run it out from under their own posts. Bounced off one already. That's the big figure of Vincent Mose. And he working across, it's Odajambo. And he's back and 4, bouncing off players, and still looking to play rugby out of their own 22. There's Finau out wide, and a good, powerful driving run there by Finau, one of their main ball carriers. Opportunity here, again, elusive rugby, and they're breaking through the Asia Pacific defence. Again, bit of a scrappy one. It's gone back, and depends who wins this one. It could be an opportunity on. Little flick through the legs. 7 is Rowan Gauss, and he's trying to kick and go again himself. And popping back in is Vincent Mose, tackled. Has to release the ball. And again, it is an exciting period down in the 22. The East Africans desperately trying to manage to find a gap, and there could be an opportunity here. Otejambo, and a great run here. Mose pulled down by a big chong tackle by Agura. The East Africans are still in possession though. They've worked hard to get up to this position. And into scrum half now, Vilamuru. Muru will look to dart, and out wide now, Grant Nelson. A lot of pace and power, and absolutely barreled down to the ground there by the big figure of Loamanu, and an offside decision there. And well, that was quite a passage of play there where the East Africans decided they were going to run it right from under their own posts. Looks as if there might be a bit of a nasty injury at the moment, and it is Declan Martens who looks as if he's got some sort of knee injury.
I think the South African side there, clearly looking to attack, keep the ball in hand is fantastic for the crowd here. They're a very exciting team. You can clearly see why they're a crowd favourite. Looking to play the ball whenever they can in hand, run it where they can.
That's a really fine
team there.
Really fine kick for Samuel Joseph Ojambo, who is the playmaker, although he looks as if he's suffering a little bit. That will be a big impact. They've lost Mose, who is pulled down quite heavily.
But actually speaking to a few of the teams yesterday, it seemed to pick up quite a few knocks yesterday from the first game. A number of people being hospitalised, stitches, numerous other reasons you can see him there.
This looks as if it's an eye or a nose. He seems to be okay, but this, if they were to lose Samuel Joseph Ojambo, then that would be a real impact to their side, but he seems prepared to carry on. We'll see Finau go up on the line out here. Did a lot of good work yesterday, and again he's up, but it's been a bit messy, but there's an opportunity that's going to come from there. Number 2 is Luatula.
They need a bit more flair in that line out there. That was very kind of transparent, almost telegraphed what they're going to do before they even took that there.
We are now looking at an Asia Pacific Dragons line out, and it's they've added an extra player to it, so it's a 4-man line out. The wind slowly beginning to get up. It's a good, well won. Lawrence Miller getting up there, and it's going to be a large push out there by Loa Manu, really taking it to the defenders, but not rolling away in the tackle. And Asia Pacific Dragons now find themselves under their own posts, likely to kick this and onto the roof and down. A good exit, and this is now proving to be quite a competitive and tight encounter. The East Africans line out thrower is Hayu. That's a clever little one, and immediately grabbed and snagged up by Finau and a couple of others, and Finau's managed to rip it, but the referee judging that it was a knock-on, so we will have a scrum. But that was a good disruption of the Asia Pacific Dragons line out.
Where would you say the knock-on come on that then? I found it hard to see where I am. I didn't quite see any kind of knock-on there.
I think there was the rip followed by the dropping the ball. He was facing his own posts, but he ripped it and then dropped it. It could have been any sort of decision. Sometimes the referee's not so clear on exactly what's. But there we go. No, he's not happy with that. Again, the South African referee is Stephen Thompson, who's quite a background. He's refereed in Super League, on the Super League panel, provincial rugby. He's done GFI Hong Kong 10s in 15, 16 and 17, so he knows what Hong Kong GFI 10s is about. And right now it's an overthrow and a kick ahead, bit of a challenge, and the referee a little uncertain as to exactly what to give here. There's a collision after the kick of the ball, but I think we're going to end up having a scrum here.
So I'm
not entirely sure how they managed to work that one out.
No, but just coming up to 2 minutes in the first half, still 0-0. Russ, is there any side you'd be favouring at this moment? It seems a very balanced, equal game out there. The possession seems 50-50. They haven't really gotten to 22 of any either side. What's your thoughts? Any kind of team you'd favour at this moment?
I think the East Africans do have more pace out wide. I think the Asia Pacific Dragons are certainly one or two strong ball cat. And here's an opportunity now, though. Again, though, perhaps he should have taken on the last man on that occasion. But Finau moving it across. Big, powerful figure there is Ismail Schroeder, who carries it up strongly, Villemir Muru, and offside. And actually we're seeing quite a number of offsides by the Asia Pacific Dragons, and I wonder if Stephen Thompson might start penalising the offsides if it's far too many times. So Orijambo, big strong right-footed boot into Sequin's corner down on that far side. And this is a very, very tight contest. 1 minute left in this first half. And a score now would be a real boost, and that's going to be Cox Mugawa. The line out, and Finau not able to get it, but it's picked up by 15, which is Muru, who's holding on to it there. Still an opportunity here. It's going across to Edijambo. There's an opportunity. Odwade driving, staying on his feet. He's a big, powerful figure. Asia Pacific Dragons again. It's a big Vata Suli. He's been pulled to ground, and there's no roll away. There's going to be a penalty here, so an advantage. We're playing the advantage, and now I think we could see a yellow card actually there.
He clearly went in there off his feet, just dived for the ball there. I'm surprised the referee, considering the continuous penalisations against the AP Dragons, he hasn't pulled a card out of the pocket yet.
I would agree. I mean, there was certainly 2 infringements there. I mean, there was an advantage being played, and someone just spoiled the advantage. So we are virtually on half-time here, so it's an odd time to be substituting 4 of the players, but by the Asia Pacific Dragons. So this will be the last play of the first half.
The AP Dragons just look to kick this into touchdown to end the first half and get this over with, or didn't they try and play it and run it?
Oops, it's gone all the way through. We're going to reset. Difficult to know exactly how they're going to think about this one. I mean, they've not really had to do too much so far in this first half. But again, 10-11 minutes out there is pretty strenuous. It's a good hook, and they've been able to, and it does look as if they're going to take the break. So half-time here in the second match of the second day of the GFI Hong Kong 10s. We have the East Africans and the Asia Pacific Dragons 0-0 after a fairly tense but exciting first half. Second half, Reese, I'm going to ask you who you think is going to step up and take this match by the scruff of the neck and win it.
It's so hard to tell because you just don't know. So I think the AP Dragons started are quite disappointed to be in this level of the competition. They would have been coming out here with the talent and squad. Certainly when you look at their squad on paper, they should have been kind of playing in the higher, going for the kind of Clayton Cup final in this, not here in the bowl quarter-final. So I think they're going to be quite disappointed with that. I think they'll come off this first half quite disappointed that it's a 0-0 deadlock. They haven't been able to break the East African side and actually score a try. But when you look at the game, the East Africans have been playing with a bit more flair, a little bit more game in hand, looking to run the ball, looking to score the opportunities they got. It's a very difficult game to call, but I would say just out of sheer enthusiasm, I'd have to back the East Africans right now.
I would probably support you on that. I think there's some genuine pace, and there's power as well. I mean, there's one or two of the figures. Owen Finau is having a fantastic tournament. Ismail Schroeder is another one, and we've seen a lot of Cox Mugwawa, who's been very, very strong ball carrier. Patrick Patty also again looks as if he will carry ball. Patrick Patty yesterday had quite an influential play on one or two of the matches, but definitely the Asia Pacific Dragons haven't really shown that they've got some genuine threat, and it will be interesting to see if they can step up their game in this second half.
And I agree. I think Asia Pacific Dragons just look like they've got the size and power and prowess on there. But the East Africans certainly like they've got a little bit of flair on there. I think the East Africans just have a bit more confidence. As we say, pin the ears back, go for the try line. I think if they just back themselves a little bit more, they could definitely get a few more tries. Actually break this AP Dragons defence.
So we've got Asuma Muguerawa who is going to be lifting Erwin Firau on the far side there. 12 is Leo Owade, and it's a short one. They're going a bit, and it's a lovely take as well, and a big bustling run. They haven't managed to pull him down yet. It takes 2 Africans to get him down. That is Rowan Gauss moving it through the hands. Ogura, now an opportunity out wide. Is there space? The scissors move, and it looks as if it's going to be a score. Close in, manages to stay on his feet. Ruck right on the line there. Prop comes in, throws a fairly shabby pass, and the opportunity's gone, lost forward, and that is a big lift for the East Africans. It really looked as if it was a score. It was on the cards.
But they were able to find that space game and just be able to clip the ball over, and no chance at all from East Africans from kickoff.
Well, I think it was the scissors with Katoni Akolo that made all the difference there, bringing it back in field. But that is a warning for the East Africans. Now they've got to exit it. They'll probably look to play from here, and sure enough, out wide, one-on-one. It doesn't look as if there's any opportunities there. Sets the ruck, and it's a turnover. Quick tap, it looks like there's an opportunity here. The referee brings it back. And
you can see that the East African player there
diving over.
I think there was a little bit of inexperience there on his behalf. He went in there rather than kind of, you know, stand there, feet placed on the floor and look to protect the player on the ball. Just dived in, and I think that was just lack of experience there from these African teams.
It was. Sealing the ball off, and we have a line out in the red zone, and it will be Hakatamayama. God, didn't get that there. Hakateyama, who's going to be the line out. Up it goes. It's a good line out. Luamanu manages to move it through the hands. Again, a fumble at a valuable moment where you have Mohamed Anran, and an offside though. No, it's a tap. Free kick.
Free kick here for the AP Dragons. They'll certainly look to get a score in there. They'll be very disappointed themselves.
It will be a scrum.
They've spent this time in the East Africans 22, but haven't got a try yet. This is really testing them. I think if they don't score in this next play, they're going to be kind of really rattled and going to see the East African team come back into this competition.
Well, the pivotal figure at the moment is the big number 4, Christian Luamanu, who is doing a lot of big carries, is also propping up the scrum here. And again, 14 is Muhammad Amran, and again looks as if he's got a knee on the floor, and that, yeah. And
so
one knee is not enough on the floor, it seems.
No, you get your body full down there. The Africans defended very strongly there, holding the player up. You're seeing this more and more regularly now. The players go in there, capture the man and the ball to prevent him offload, prevent the AP Dragons there to get kind of a bit of advantage there. It's a very strong defence displayed there by the East African team. Hopefully they can build on this now and just relieve themselves a bit of pressure. They've been camped, particularly in the 4 minutes of this first half, 4 minutes of the second half, in their own 22, and they're going to be looking to play this.
Boyayasi does a burst up field there, and it's good through the hands. Cox Magoawa, and again the dancing feet there of Angela Nelson. Again, there's not falling off the tackles, the Asia Pacific Dragons. Again, they need to get it in the hands of Oluwatimbo. He's the playmaker. Again, he has it in his hands now. Again, it's a little bit static. It's slowed down. Leo Wadi decides to come back, force a ruck. And Orijambo. And a quick give and go, and that's Moses. And he's been pulled down, scragged early. If he'd broken through that, it would have been a certain score. 15, Villamuru. And again, there's a little bit of a break, a line break there. And the Jambo makes a burst himself.
But if you look at the East African team, they're very flat in the attack. It's almost like they're defending rather than attacking. There's no depth there. They can't really attack at pace. They limit themselves the options just because they haven't got the support and runners.
And it's a kick and go, and Moses, Vincent Mose has been challenged off the ball as he kicked and go, and it's a yellow card for the big tall figure of Nason. Number 11 is Lawrence Miller, actually. So now we have a different situation. We have an opportunity for the East Africans, and it's out wide and a fumble, knocked forward, disappointing opportunity when the other side have gone down to 9, and an opportunity goes there. Whilst still 0-0, whilst it might be a bit early to be looking at this, in the event that this match remains tied, then we will see a sudden death extra time playoff, which will be a period of 5 minutes. Teams will change in without an interval, so that would be a testing situation for both sides if it goes to that extra time. So Asia Pacific, and it is Ogura, and it's a big nudge downfield, and it's going to be fielded by Gramwe Bouyasi, and he's going to take it back. Tall, pacey player, looks step across, and actually he's going round the side here. Great pace, handoff, doesn't get pulled down, and a careless pass and a fantastic run there, and an opportunity that goes astray again for the Hundrenbu East Africans. Line out to the Asia Pacific Dragons. The clock is running down, 3.5 minutes. And it's an important line out, this one. Again, they're going right to the very back, and it's a good tactical throw on this one. 14, Amran, he's been held up. Ball's out in the other side there. Someone has to pick that up. Opportunity now, 3-on-4 on that far side. A little burst through, number 15, Junior Laflofi, and out wide here, it looks as if there's an opportunity. Again, Junior Laflofi comes back inside, and it's been stolen by the East Africans, but the referee considers that there's been no release in the tackle, so the moves on quickly. That's Sakalili out wide, and then Luatula. Ball's been lost forward once again, but we're coming back for an infringement. And Stephen Thompson is having a busy morning so far, but ever so slightly, the game now looks as if it's swinging in the favor of the Asia Pacific Dragons. They are looking to be the stronger side at the moment. The East Africans, and they've taken the conversion. Sorry,
well, I think they
penalty.
have to get some points on the board there, because it's still 0-0, 2 minutes left in the half. And they know they've got to get some points on the board, otherwise it's just going to go deadlock, extra time, etc. So they've just got to get some points on there just to make sure they progress through to the next round.
So, unexpectedly, but a sensible move, Jumpe Ogura manages to open the scoring, so the pressure now on the Africans. They really must get back into this. They've got a little over a minute and a half to get back into this, and it's important they field this. Big take there by Schroeder, big powerful run by the hooker. The East Africans, if they can get a gap, they will take it down. There's Finau bursting through 2 tackles. The ruck formed, moving it through the hands. Orijembo, big powerful run there by Philip Awar. Again, knocked back by the Asia Pacific defense. The clock running down, nearly a minute left. Oh, that's a bit careless, and that could be a painful one. Again, Mose has it, a little step and a dance. And keeping the ball in hand now, vitally important. No risks. Trying to carry it up, take the yards. And 6 is Cox Mwewe, and he's lost the ball. And that could be the ruck there. Hands in that ruck, and so we have a scrum. And there is absolutely no hurry on the Asia Pacific Dragons side at this point.
Yeah, it's only 30 seconds. 30 seconds left now, so the AP Dragons are just going to hold the ball in, get the ball back, recycle, keep the ball in hand. They're just going to get to touch and get the end of the game.
Well, it would be an excellent grandstand finish if the East Africans, that's been turned round, and the referee's decision is to give another scrum to the the Asia Pacific Dragons, and that is running down the clock. We've now got to 0 on the clock, so now as long as this scrum's solid, it will be kicked into touch, and we will have had probably one of the most exciting but low-scoring matches. A pick up here, though. It's all got a bit messy there. The ball going through.
And it's been recovered. The ball.
Big drive now.
Make a break now.
And so Awar punches through. So there's an opportunity here. Can they score at the death? Opportunity. They've got it in the hands of Bouyasi. He's been pulled down. He's close to the touchline. Still in play, though. Not much opportunities. There's a high tackle there, but the referee's playing on. So it's still going. Big challenge there by Mugwa, and it's an offside, and we're back in this. There's still an opportunity for the East Africans. Can they, in the final few seconds of this match, they're looking around, they're going to kick for a line out, or are they? Difficult to say. Alim Otim inside to Awar,
if they kick the ball,
and across we go. And a net tackle there. There could be a yellow card here for that, definitely. And I think we're going to see the Asia Pacific Dragons reduced to 9 men, and the opportunity is here now. Can the East Africans find a finish to this? They're carrying it up. They need to. And it's still there. Finau's going to take the carry next. Big figure, had a powerful tournament so far. Big handoff there. He's going across the front there, looking for a hole. And again, another offside. Again, the East Africans being thwarted by the Asia Pacific Dragons coming through. Finau looks as if he's hurt his leg and is not looking too good on that. He's back on his feet, though. On a kick and go, a risky maneuver in the corner, and I think that has been touched down by the Asia Pacific Dragons, and I don't think that's going to be a score. No try, and that is the final whistle, and the East African are defeated by 3 points to 0. Disappointing finish. It looked as if the East African